Alright, now we continue with question 11 to question 15 for section 3 practice 1. So number 11, they're asking you what is the remainder when k plus 2 is divided by 7. You notice that this question, most of the time when you talk about divisibility or finding remainder, it will give you something that is divided by the same number. Like in this case, it's divided by 7 and asking you divided by 7 again. Sometimes in other case, they'll ask you divided by 3 and divided by 9 because 9 is a multiple of 3, so they're kind of similar. They have a similar what you call rules for divisibility. So in this case, we do the number divided by 7 first. Let's look at here. I put down the information for you. K divided by 7, remainder equal to 6. Now, most of the time, a lot of prep school or a lot of teachers will ask you to plug in a number for k. You technically don't need to. So because I'm going to do k plus 2 divided by 7 to find the remainder. So you deal with the remainder here. So remainder of this thing will be, so you take the 6 plus 2. Because when this add up to 2, the remainder can plus 2 to get the same result. Over 7, because after you plus 2, the remainder is going to be extra. So 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 divided by 7, your remainder is 1. So the answer is 1. So this is what we call remainder theorem. So you can use the remainder to help you to solve the problems. For example, if I give you examples, if I ask you 2k divided by 7, what's the remainder? So you just take 2 times 6 over 7. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 over 7 is remainder 5. So just as simple as that, right? So number 12. Now on top is a graph. Normally you see this. There are 5 lines here, five lines for the questions, and the table. But when you look at the table and the line, they actually ask you look at the last one. Which of the following graphs describe the given data? So it's very simple. You don't need to read the whole thing. Like the chart above shows blah 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 blah. You don't need to read anything of it. You just look at the last line. Which of following graphs describe the given data? Given data. Look at it here. Look at that there. Look at the graph first. All the graph on the y-axis is pressure. This pressures, and the other one is depth. So it's very straightforward here. So you check the pressure and the depth. So you notice that the depth starts from 0. So the depth starts from here or here on the line here. Doesn't matter where is it. So you notice that, and then the depth is going to from 0, 15, 30, and 45, which means they increased by 15 feet. So it's in proportion. It's in a multiple arithmetic sequence. And pressure, you look at it, is 14.7, 21.3, 28.0. It's kind of about 6 point something, right? Increase. So they increase in proportion actually. So what you can do is like, it's a straight line. It's going up both directions. It's direct proportions. So you cannot go down. So you can eliminate A and B right away. So your choices will be C, D, or E. But you notice that when the depth is 0, the pressure is 14.7. The pressure has some value, so it starts from here somewhere. So it should be D in this case. Alright? So let's go to number 13. Let's go look at number 13. Number 13, they said that the first term of the sequence of number is 1. So term number 1 is 1. You can write down A1 equal to 1 or A0 equal to 1. That's a number you can use. But you want to find term 6. Term 6 is 5 more terms. 5 more from term 1. So but they said that after the first is the product of the negative 2 and the previous number. So you multiply this by negative 2 and the next one is multiplied by negative 2. So you multiply negative 2 a few times, but because it's 5 more times, you multiply the negative 2 5 times. So negative 2 power 5 is negative 32. So the answer is negative 32. If you don't know how to do it, you just multiply. You can do this way. You do it slowly, slower way. Or slower. T1 equal to 1, T2 is equal to negative 2, T3 equal to negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, T4 is negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, T5 equal to negative 8 times 2, negative 2 is 16, T6 is 16 times negative 2 is negative 32. You still get the answer, but you do one by one. So that's why you have to know like negative 1 power 5 is negative, 2 power 5 is 32 right away, if you can do it mentally. Alright? So this number 13, you can do, we are going for number 14. Alright, let's see number 14. Alright, 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5 equal to 5. I'm looking for 4x squared. That's what you want. You notice that 2x squared, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. So I have to find that one right away. So most of the students, they forget the formula. They go to distributive slowly, one by one. That's pretty slow. But in this case, in order to reduce your time, help you to do it faster, especially you do your exercise at home or practice at home, you can go for the speed, but go for the test, you can go slower. But you need to know this formula. You notice that this is 2x and this 2x and this 5 and this 5 minus plus. These two are the same and this minus plus. You can use this formula. Let's say I have a minus b times a plus b. This is the formula. So what you can do is square this one and square this one and then do the minus. So this is very straightforward. So in this case, using the same formula, 2x is a, 5 is b. So it's 2x squared is 2x squared then the whole thing square, not the x squared, it's just whole thing squared. It's 4x squared. Square the 5 is 25 equal to 5. So you notice that 4x, you move the negative 25 over, become minus, move all become plus, so become 30. Now I know that in US, most of the students, most of the teacher will teach you like plus 25, plus 25. You have to write so many times to get the answer. You don't need to write here. If you can do it mentally, you move them right away. You don't need to do this at all. This is very, very slow. Yeah, it's actually slowing down your thinking. So you move this is negative, left hand side and right hand side, move this over. Alright? So cut down the crap here. Alright, number 15. So, number 15, actually in this case, you'll see the question here, they give you a graph right away. Look at the graph. Okay, this passing through the origin. AB. And they tell you they want to find the slope of AB. You want to find the slope. Right? So, slope of AB equal to slope of AO is the same thing. This is 0, 0, and tell you this is PR. The slope equal to change of the Y value over the change of x value. But most of the school will teach you like, okay, just use the formula. Okay, so 0 minus r over 0 minus p. In this case, it takes a long time, but I noticed that in this case, this slope is negative, so you put negative right away. Okay, you just put the negative right away. You don't need to worry about the number at all. And then the slope, I don't need to worry what value is it, because I don't care about the p should be a negative and this r is a positive. You don't need to worry about those things, because the job is looking for the value which is the negative slope and r is less than p. So this is smaller value because r is less, and this is larger value. They are set absolute value. Alright, the absolute r less than the absolute for p. So this becomes smaller and this becomes larger. So look at the choices, which one is smaller and which one is larger. So the n is about negative. The choices will be v, which is negative 1 over 2, because they didn't give you the value. They said which of the following could be. Right? Could be. Okay. So you see that? So slope of A equals slope of AO is the negative value because negative slope down. The R value, absolute value of I is smaller than the P, which is larger. So the small negative with a smaller and larger is only choice B, negative 1 over 2. Alright, so we're done with question 11 to question 15.